Well, here it is finally at long last, the Cooper Pro Deluxe Mark II. This is the machine we've been waiting for over a year. We ran the Cooper Pro Deluxe for nearly 2 years without any problems whatsoever. We just fancied trying to give it a bit more of a facelift, give it a little bit more cosmetic change, and also increase the size of the motor, giving us a stronger motor than the original Cooper Pro Deluxe. The advantage of this particular machine is it now has the twin needle facility and also has the opportunity of doing extra embroidery stitches. We are offering currently on this machine guarantee period of 15 years, parts, labour and an annual service. This is a 32 stitch program machine, steel frame, and comes with various different attributes, but this is really one of the best machines we've expected for a long time, and it's finally arrived. We're very pleased to announce that this is now available from our website as we speak. Now, the first thing I want to show everybody is how easy it is to wind a bobbin. Again, this is an improvement on the old Mark I. You literally put your cotton onto the cotton peg, round the bottom of your spindle, and just wrap the thread onto the bobbin a couple of times by hand, just locking into position. That's all you need to do. Cut off your waste if you want to, slide the bobbin case along, and that's pretty straightforward. But whereas before you had to undo the wheel, we now have a clip on the side which we just press, and that'll automatically disclutch the needle. And then when you wind your bobbin, you can see the bobbin now winds automatically perfectly. So when it's full, it will snap off automatically, but for this full demonstration I'm not going to wind the whole bobbin. Stop when you want to, put your clip back, lift your bobbin case off. We're now ready to start threading the sewing machine. To thread the sewing machine up, you have to put your bobbin into your bobbin case, so take off the extension table, and at the front we have our bobbin case which sits down there nicely at the bottom. To thread the bobbin case in is pretty straightforward, like the old one. Drop straight in, go away through the tension plates, boom, we're ready to sew. Place your bobbin case into your machine, and we'll now put the flap back up. We're now going to thread the machine up. Cotton goes onto the cotton peg, through the little pinhole, through the tension plates, up under the tension hook, through the cotton take-up lever which is just there at the top. Pull the lever thread down, all the way through, down to the little pigtail at the bottom. Put your foot down and bring the needle to the highest position you can. The needle thread will only work if the needle is at the highest position. We pull the lever down on the side, which is here, put the thread over the hook, and then literally pull the thread up to the little hook, and that'll pull the thread through the needle, and there you see that great big enormous hoop loop at the back, and then all you need to do, excuse my fingers, is pull the thread all the way through. How good is that? An automatic needle threader on a budget price machine. Now we lift the foot up, we pick up the cotton from the bottom, one revolution, and up comes the thread. Open it up just to give it a bit of clearance, turn the thread, there's your loop thread, close up the hook, put our extension table on, and we're now ready to start sewing. The beauty about this particular machine is that we've got 36 individual different stitches with this machine, all showing here on A all the way through to T. The advantage of this particular machine is that it does all the stitches that you would need for sewing normal fabrics, silk, chiffon, leather, suede and denim. It has every single stitch that you need for coating, for quilting, for buttonholes, for embroidery, for stretch stitches, for utility stitches. It also has the satin stitch embroidery stitches which are so lovely to show when doing quilting. I shall now demonstrate just a couple of the basic stitches and how easy it is to select. We're now ready to sew. Now, what can this machine do? Well, this machine has 32 different individual stitches, and the beauty about it is all you have to do is turn a dial to the stitch. So A represents A, B represents B, C represents C, and so on. So you cannot make a mistake. So we dial A, which is a plain straight stitch, turn the needle into the work, put our foot on the pedal, and off we go, plain straight sewing. Nice and simple. Can't get easier than that. If we want to do a longer stitch, we can make the stitch slightly longer by turning the length up on the stitch length control. That'll give you a slightly longer stitch. And if you wish to go backwards, we have a reverse lever which we hold down, and that'll make the machine go backwards. Let go, starts coming forward again. Let go, starts coming forward again. Quite straightforward, like on most machines. So there is our plain straight sewing. We've also got zigzag on this machine, and again, different widths of zigzag. 1, 2, 3, 4 different widths, which are B, C, D and E. So for this argument, we'll put it up to E, which is the maximum width. And as you can see, there goes the widest possible zigzag you can get, which is really, really nice. And if you want to close that zigzag down to make like a satin stitch or bring the stitch closer together, you can do that by dropping the stitch length down. So it makes it a very, very versatile machine. We've done straight sewing, we've done zigzag. What else can this machine do? Well, it can do embroidery stitches, it can do buttonholes, it can do overlocking. How do you do it? Dead straightforward. Just turn a dial, select a stitch. So let's go to number N, letter N. N is an embroidery scallop. It's very popular on most machines. Literally turn the dial to N. Being blue, we drop the stitch length down to the small stitch, put our foot on the pedal, and there we create an embroidery stitch. Now as you can see, that's quite opened up. If you want to close that scallop down, just bring the stitch length down a little bit more, and that'll make it into a satin stitch. A bit more, and a bit more, and as you can see, you can start creating a dense stitch, which makes it look even nicer. That's the advantage of having the facility of a drop stitch length, and there you see the scallop at its longest point going down to its smallest point. So it can do embroidery stitches, it can do straight sewing, it can do zigzag, it can do buttonholes. Let's talk about buttonholes. Okay, how do you do a buttonhole? Very straightforward. Clip the old foot off, which you do by dropping the spring, and that takes the old foot off. And we put on the buttonhole foot, which comes with the Cooper Pro Mark II. Literally clip the buttonhole foot on. We're ready to build a buttonhole. Put the fabric under the foot. There are 4 stages to a buttonhole, as we all know. Let's start at the top position. Number 1. Hold the thread, turn the dial to number R, which is the RST on the front of the dial, to do a buttonhole. It's in green, so we marry it up with the green colour. We're now going to do the first side of our buttonhole. The machine will come down and stop when it's ready. Stop. Go to S, which is the bar tack. Go to T, which is the reverse side. And then lastly of all, go back to S, which is the bar tack, to finish off your buttonhole. And there you'll find a buttonhole as good as anything you'll get on any domestic sewing machine. A nice finished buttonhole. So the machine has shown you to do embroidery, it does straight sewing, it does zigzag, it does buttonholes. It does hemming, it does overlocking, it does stretch stitches, it does utility stitches. But one of the most popular things that people ask me is about the density of machine. What can it sew? Well, we've done calico here today, and we've done many fabrics on this machine over the years. Silk, leather, suede, denim, all can be done. But proof is in the testing, so we'll show you now how we can do 16 layers of thick calico at a turn of a dial. So there we have our fabric which we've been sewing on. 2 layers of material. I'll fold it again to 4, I'll fold it again to 8, and I'll fold it again to 16. 16 layers of calico. I think you'll agree that's as thick as you need. Place your fabric under the foot. Start with a plain straight stitch. So we'll dial A for a straight stitch and put on a nice stitch length. Turn the needle into the work. Off we go. "16 layers of calico on a budget price machine with a 15-year guarantee, parts labour, annual service, 32 stitches. What more could you want from a sewing machine? This is the one I would endorse. There isn't a machine really in this price point that could do what this one can do. I highly recommend it."